Hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world. And the world to New Zealand. And yes, the English, the United Kingdom's Foreign Minister Boris Johnson is in town for some high-level meetings. Maybe with a hairdresser. Maybe he'll finally find the right one down here. Not sure. He's meeting with Bill English and Jerry Brownlee, which that sounds very boring for Boris. I really feel like he should be having a, what do they call it, a bilateral with our Hair Ambassador Peter Dunn. Don't you think that those two would get? Are there certain health and safety regulations against having that much hair in one room at one time? Maybe there are. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe if those two hair streams cross, does it create a freak wormhole in time and space? And are we all sucked into a black hole? Is that what happens? Probably. I'm sure it is. It's science. Hey, amazing! Tell-all, sit-down, interview, documentary thing with some princes. William, Harry. This guy with no hair, basically at all. He's desperately hanging on, isn't he? He's trying to keep this thick while this disappears, but take it from me, William. It's a losing battle. And then this guy who mysteriously, even though this guy's his brother, this guy completely different hair, really, isn't it? It's so ginger. It's so thick. There's so much of it. Whereas, it's hard to believe they're brothers, really, isn't it? Anyway, they're talking about Mum. And of course, she had lots of hair as well. And the tilty head as well. So that was her thing. So we've got tilty head. We've got ginger head. No hair head. Basically, this whole podcast is just making fun of people's appearance this morning. What do you mean I'm not allowed to make fun of tilty head? It's not too soon. It really isn't. It's decades ago. It's not too soon. Now, CNN. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it does you any good when you have been so widely accused of fake news, beat-ups, unfairly targeting Trump, in your quest to expand out the Agalarov story. This is one of the Russians who was supposedly at the meeting but wasn't there for very long. And anyway, this guy, Matthew Chance, CNN's intrepid Moscow reporter usually, he's hightailed it to Latvia to a music festival because they've obviously got a hot tip that this guy's here. There he is. That's him. That's Agalarov. There. That's Matthew Chance, the CNN reporter. And this is the headline, CNN speaks with Amin Agalarov. But of course, by that, so you go, I wonder what hot information they got out of that. And what he said was, what was said at the meeting, and he said, I'm pretty sure you should talk to my lawyer. And he said, I did talk to your lawyer. He said there wouldn't be a comment. And he said no comment. That was the extent. So the whole headline, they actually dedicated program time to this. I mean, it was funny because there was uns dance music going on in the background because it was a music festival. But really, CNN, even I have to admit, this time, you need to lift your game. Finally, urgent robot apocalypse update. You know what's happening. An underwater robot has captured what is believed to be the first images of melted nuclear fuel deposits inside Japan's stricken Fukushima. I'm still not sure that I'm pronouncing that right. Fukushima. Anyway, I don't speak Japanese. Inside that nuclear power plant. So this is what it's got. So apparently, this is what you're witnessing here is the end of the world as we know it, because the robots now know where to find this stuff. Obviously, the robot's impervious to it, but we probably aren't. They just put that in our water supply. That's the end of us. That's the rise of them. That's how the robot apocalypse happens today. I mean, it's happening in a lot of ways, but that's the most urgent way, probably. I think we need to keep the robots away from toxic waste. That's what I'm saying. before they use it for nefarious means. I am glennzb. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset. See you back here again for another cutting edition of glennzb TV tomorrow. And believe me, when I talk to somebody, I'll actually be talking to them.